Welcome back. Things look a little different.
Yep.
We are live. I need to stop looking at the camera. Okay. I'm looking at my co-star, Miss Lori.
These are our faces. I hope you like them.
We're now on video. We've been back for we've been gone for a minute. But now we're back.
Cow. That turned into a long hiatus.
It really has, but for good reasons, which we will definitely get into. But yeah, we're back at it on video. Super excited for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, happy to be here.
Seriously. Oh my gosh, I've missed recording so much.
For real. Lori, in true Hey Girl, Hey fashion, what has been your enchantment this week?
Okay, so, there's a 2-parter here.
Let's hear it.
So, okay, first part, I am quitting my job.
Woo! Praise God.
It has been long coming. Oh my gosh, but it's finally happening. I put in my 2 weeks notice on Monday.
Bro, that is crazy.
Yeah, I made the leap, and let me tell you, it felt like a big leap of faith. I was so scared. But I put that in, and that's a whole story. So that's the first part. But the reason why is multidimensional, but the biggest one is that we're going to be foster parents. And we're in the process of being certified. Thank you.
So awesome. Yeah. I know. I remember I was still in Texas at the time. Spoiler alert. I am not in Texas anymore. But I remember you calling me and you're like, or no, you've sent a voice text in true, our friendship fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, yeah, so me and Brandon, we've been thinking about it and we're applying to become foster parents. And I remember my jaw dropped and I was like, they have been talking about this for a really, really long time. And I just can't believe it's here. Like, you're literally becoming certified as we speak. Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's a long process. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, you want to know exactly what you're in for. It's like anyone that does this, that chooses to do this, is absolutely in for it. But for me, like, this is what I keep telling people. Like, I know it's going to be so hard, but this is the type of hard that gives me fulfillment.
Yeah.
And the type of hard thing I want to go through that I feel like at the end of my life, I'm like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to go through. And I was talking to our CFO and it's just funny because they all have the same expression whenever they talk to me about it. They're like, so you're doing fostering? That's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, absolutely it is. Because in the fostering college, they tell you exactly the types of scenarios that come up a lot with these really troubled kids.
Sheesh. Can you explain? I don't know if any of our, girlies out there or guys that listen that don't know the difference between adopting and fostering.
Yes.
Because sometimes I even get those confused.
Yes. And there is a big difference. So with fostering, the goal is to always reunify with the biological family. So these kids that are entering the fostering system, it's for many different reasons, but ultimately it's because the state has determined that it's unsafe to stay in the home with the biological parents. And so, so then through legal processes, the state will enforce the parents to better their life situation, whether that's be to get off drugs or to get out of their domestically violent partnership or get a job, whatever. But meantime, while the parents are getting themselves healthy, if you will, the kids need to be in a safe home, in a safe environment. So that's what fostering is. They'll take them from the biological parents' home and care and then place them into a foster home. And so that will be me and Brandon, foster parents, and this will be a foster home.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of like people, they want a picture of like what that will ultimately look like. And we have no idea because as foster parents, you could get kids in your home for 3 days or you could get them for 3 years or forever, which the goal for us is foster to adopt.
Okay. So that there is an avenue in which reconciliation is not possible or that's
exactly right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. If reconciliation isn't possible, and that's a long process to determine that. So a judge, they're going to try everything they can to rehabilitate the parents.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if they decide it's just not going to happen, or like, the horrible situations where the parents are
Yeah.
They just should not go back to the parents because they're the abusers or sexual abusers. Like, sorry, it's a really,
it's
really
reality.
sad thing.
Yeah.
But they talk about all those scenarios in the fostering college that we went through, and there's horrific stuff that people go through. But anyway, so I was talking to our CFO, and he was just like, you're gonna do that.
I'm
and like,
screaming.
yeah,
Blink twice if you want to do that.
and I'm like, absolutely, I know we're in for it. I
can't.
absolutely know we're in for it. However, I could never have the type of responsibility that comes with being a CFO for a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
And that's his type of hard that he is rocking, and he's doing amazing. But for me, like, that sounds like death.
No, quite literally.
Yeah.
Perishing.
It would kill me. But for me, like, anything that has to do with trying to help others overcome their trauma and better their life situation and course correct whatever, like, even this is a dimension of that, because we love talking about the deeper things of life, and I just love that. So that's kind of the course that we have felt pulled into, and we're really excited for that.
Dude, I am so excited for you. And even what you just said, like, the state needs to bring the child or children into a safe environment. And the fact that you are that safe environment, like, how fulfilling is that? And that your life is impacting another human's life in a positive way. And they're able to just, be in a safe space to really explore who they are, what they like, their interests, like all this like developmental stuff that children need, that a lot of kids just don't get that environment. And almost like safety is almost like it shouldn't be a privilege, but in some cases it is.
Yeah, like, it's not their normal. Safety has never been their normal, and every case is so different. Like, maybe it was, and then all of a sudden just something switched up in the family dynamic, and now it's not, like, and that's very traumatic. It's all just so traumatic.
Yeah.
But like you said, like, that's
a badge of honor, man.
It is. And at the same time, like, I don't take that lightly. Like, this has been a very introspective process, because I definitely go back and forth where I'm like, am I worthy to do this? Like, am I good enough? Am I, like, safe enough of a person and a place and an environment? Because the last thing I would want to do, I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, one of my biggest fears is continuing the cycle of, like, generational curses. And not that I would ever abuse, but, like, no one goes into building a family thinking that they're going to carry on the family curse. Like, I have seen every single generation older than me, like my parents and grandparents and all of them, they talk about their parents and how it was, and how and then they are so much better for their own children. But still, like, it's still going on to some degree. And so for me, I've done so much work to not continue that on, but, like, you
just never know.
Yeah, like, I don't know my blind spots.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. That's awesome. I'm seriously so excited for you and Brandon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I have your support. And everyone's been so supportive. Everyone's been so
of course,
amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Any other updates? Or not updates. Any other enchantment?
This is just a funny, quick story. We needed our printers fixed in our office, and I had already put my 2 weeks in at this point, and then the printer guy was in my office trying to troubleshoot, and meanwhile I'm just sitting in a chair with the receptionist, and we're just, like, waiting for him to do his thing so that we can help him if he needs whatever. But meanwhile we're talking, and she's asking about the fostering process and why I've decided to go that route. And so naturally I start talking about kind of a lowdown of what we just talked about, how that's where I get fulfillment and whatever. And I was talking about, I guess, the pain points in my upbringing. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's literally, like, exactly what I was going through whenever I was a young kid. And now she's older. That's kind of, like, coming up in her current life situation with her own kids. And so we were able to relate because she's a parent, but I'm the child, and if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then the printer guy, who we do not know, he's just from some other company, he stops and he's like, hey, I'm sorry.
When I was a young boy.
He's like, I'm sorry to be eadsdropping, but, and then he told
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, we're all just here. I don't want to say trauma bonding, but we were relating on our traumas, and then saying, and this is how we've overcome it, and this is how we are now we're grateful for where we're at. And
Amen.
it was just a moment.
Yeah, I love those moments. I
Yeah.
love it.
And that's my type of enchanting.
Amen. That's my type of 9 to 5.
I'm like, can we just like sit here?
Do this
like,
forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just pretend like these printers are not going to be up and running for hours and let's just talk.
I love that. Man, that's so enchanting.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I'm excited for you to keep us and the fam updated on that. The Hey Girl, Hey Fam.
Yeah.
That'll be so fun to see you guys,
Oh my gosh.
you know, on that journey. Like, that's awesome.
Become parents.
No, literally, as we speak. That's so cool.
Well, what about you?
Oh, man. Well, the only enchantment I really have, well, actually, there's a lot of enchanting things going on, but the most enchanting thing, and my sister already announced this and stuff, so I have permission to announce it, but she's moving back to Arizona, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
My sister has been away in Chicago. She left for college, and then she met her husband, Riley, and then they got pregnant, had, you know, their daughter, Mimi, and started their family. And they've been in Chicago for 7 years. So for them to make the decision to come back is crazy. But basically my parents, they took a trip out there, I think like a month ago or so. And my sister just like was in the living room. She was like sitting back, just watching my parents interact with Mimi, being grandparents. And then her husband, Riley, was like in this picture she was seeing in her living room. She was like, this feels right. Like, this is how it needs to be all the time. She's like, man, I need to move back to Arizona. Like, this is what's right for my family right now. And her boss, like, randomly that next week was like, hey, I think it's best for you to be with your family and you can go fully remote with your position.
Oh, my gosh.
No, randomly. Did not have a discussion. Did not have like a, hey, so this is what I've been thinking. None of that. Like, truly God opened that door. And it's so cool when, like, your desires and God's will like match up, because that's the stuff that happens where it's like, dang, I really want this to happen, and then all of a sudden God's like, yes and amen, like, let's do it. And Riley got accepted to GCU, so he's going back to school.
He is
for education. Yeah, so he wants to be, I think, an English teacher. I'm pretty sure.
That's so cool,
dude. I'm so excited for him, and the fact that he already got accepted, I'm like, the doors keep opening, and that's honestly how it is when it's, you know, the right step to take.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm so excited for them. I can't believe my niece is I'm literally going to watch her grow up. Like, that's crazy.
What a blessing. I'm glad they've made this decision.
I know.
Selfishly.
Everyone was like, oh, I saw that coming like from a mile away.
Yeah.
I did not. Because they've been there for so long. And I don't know. I'm like, dang, she has a really good job. And they're like, they have community there. They're friends. Their church, small groups and stuff, coworkers. But yeah, that's the next step for them, which I'm so excited to have them back. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that, because I can't imagine raising a baby without, like,
that's
I mean,
thing.
they have a support system, but without family.
Yeah, it's something, it hits different when it's your family, like, where you can just, you know, I need an hour to go run, you know, errands. Oh, my parents can easily watch the baby. Oh, my sister, my brother. Like, there's a plethora of people that can, and it's not like, it doesn't feel like burdensome. It's just like
100%. Just I'm gonna dump off my kids with the grandma.
No,
because that's what grandmas are for.
No, but honestly, and oh my gosh, I almost said my grandparents. My parents, they're taking this grandparent role so seriously, like, it's alarming. Like, my dad's like clearing out the garage to make room for they have a Roddy named Scotch. So cute. He's like this big dog. He's very cute. But he's like, oh yeah, anything for Mimi. Like, if she's coming, like, I'm going to prepare everything for her. I'm like, you do know I'm your child, right? Mimi's your grandchild, but I'm your like we're more related.
So sweet.
They are really
so
sweet.
Funny.
It's very, very sweet. But yeah, it's the enchanting thing. Oh man. And kind of, I don't know, to kind of give updates and stuff. I have moved back, which is crazy. So I've been here. I mean, by the time this comes out, it's probably like 6 months. I've been back in Arizona, and I was not expecting to be back this soon. So I moved end of December, kind of bleeding into the holiday season. But I got a job offer to come back, and
they took care of you.
No, they really
did.
did.
Made it happen.
Yeah, I got promoted, which was really cool.
Love that.
Yeah. So similarly to my sister, I had a dream that my boss like offered me the job, and she offered to move me back and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, right, it's not going to happen. And then when it actually did, I'm like, oh wow, this is the logical next step. Like this is the door. So after praying over it, asking a few of mentors and friends and kind of whatever, again, yes and amen. So that's kind of how I moved back, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's been nice because it bleeds into my other life update, which is me and Kai were dating. And I think I did announce that like a couple episodes ago. But man, being in proximity with someone that you are dating, it's just so nice.
Heck yeah.
It is so nice not being long distance. I mean, we were long distance for like 2 seconds, literally, like maybe a month in total, but still. So I'm thankful to be closer to him, and we're learning more things about each other.
Growing strong,
having a lot of conversation about our next steps together and our future. So yeah, exciting things. Again, more transitions.
I'm so happy for you.
Bro, it is crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I do want to talk about this maybe on a separate pod, but kind of transitions are fun and exciting, and they come with grief. And that's something that my therapist has talked about me multiple times. And also, like, you brought that up.
I brought it up so many times. Honestly, I think I'm still going through it on some days.
I don't think you ever stop, really. I think grief, just like losing a loved one, it comes and goes. So when you're in a different life, a different season of life, I think the wave of missing a previous season, it comes and goes as well. Which I think I'm still going through that with dance, if I'm being completely honest.
Really?
Oh yes. Oh yes. But it comes up different times, like whether it's like body stuff, beauty stuff, career stuff, what's my purpose? Like all these buckets, it definitely stems from me transitioning from dance. And then now I'm transitioning from being single K, having to look out for herself, developing herself, interacting with friends and like doing what I want to do. And now I'm considering this other person, adding another person to my life. It's very different. And I remember we had multiple conversations about that. And I'd be like, what, girl? I literally didn't understand what you were saying.
I'm so glad you can understand now. Like, not that I'm happy that you're in pain, but low key, like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, I remember you were like, I don't know, I just miss like having my morning routine. And I'm like,
well, I would always
always
tell you that your life sounds enchanting to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, are you not happy? And it's not that you're not happy. It's
just that it's different.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that. I'm like, wait, how can the two exist? Like if you're missing, or if you're looking at my life and saying like, oh my gosh, that's so enchanting. That must, to me, I'm like, then that must mean that you're not happy.
Yeah.
And now I'm worried for my friend. But in reality, it's like, no, you can be happy and still miss a different season of your life.
Yeah, because each season was more purposeful. So like in your single C, your objective or your purpose in being single was to learn to love yourself. I personally feel like every day you learn to be happier with yourself, and like that's the purpose in that.
Yeah.
And then also to build that community of women and girls and friends outside of that long-term relationship, because I feel like it's so important to have both. Like it's ultimately like, yes, you want your partner, but at the same time it's so important to have your friends. And so
I agree.
And it's easier done in single C. But I don't know, like it both have perks.
Yeah.
And both are fun in their own ways. But it's hard to have both at the same time.
It is.
Or impossible.
And also I feel like in Texas, all my friends were single. But now moving back, even before I left, most of my friends, like the bulk of my friends, I would say my close friends, majority are married now. So it's just hard. Well, now it's kind of easier with those friendships, I guess. But I'm like, dang, no one wants to hang out with me. I'm like, oh, I'm not single. So even if I have single friends, their first thought is not like, oh, let's invite Kay. Yeah. Because I'm not single anymore. So it's
to be honest, you're always busy.
Yeah, that too. Well, like the assumption is I'm always busy, but I'm not anymore.
You don't hang out with him all the time? Like in your spare time?
I hang out with Kai every day.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
But then again, no one's inviting me to things. Do you see where it's like both?
Yeah. The thought process, at least for me, is that
Yeah.
I assume you would rather be with him.
Which I don't know.
It's not always. It's like, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always fun. Okay, it's fun to hang out with you guys as a couple.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want one-on-one time, and I'm like, oh well,
1000%.
he's gonna win out over just hanging out with me.
No, like if I had a, like, when I have friends, like, let's say you hit me up, you're like, hey girl, let's hang out one-on-one. I'm like, period, let's go. Like, what day works best for us? And then I'll just tell Kai, hey, this day, I know we normally do date night. It's me and Lori's night that day. You know what I mean? So it works out like that. But people do assume that. Yeah. You're not the only one.
It's the assumption.
That is the correct assumption because
I've done that relationship too. Is priority.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
Oh, I'll do that with my friends. Like, I know for a fact, like, one of my friends, their date night is Friday. So I know Friday's off limits.
Yeah.
But every other day I'm like, oh, maybe she's free. So yeah, it's just the adjustment of that, of like, wow. Yeah, it's not, I'm not by myself anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Man, there's a lot to dissect there.
I know. We need a full episode about grieving singleness.
I want to start talking about it. But
I know, me too.
That's not the point of this episode.
I know, me sad. We will get into that. And then, okay, last little update. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm very excited. Finally. You guys, okay, if I'm being for real, I know Lori's like...
Been talking to you about this for years.
No, for literal years. Literal years. So I've been filming, like, since we've been talking about it. Like, I would say I've been filming for probably 2 years. Yeah, for 2, maybe even 3. I might have shot, like, a video 3 years ago, just, like, again, going through a transition.
Yeah.
I just wanted to record that moment. Anyway, but yeah, I've been filming for a long time, but anytime I would film something and I'm like, okay, all I have to do is edit it and splice it together with other clips and just post it. It's going to be great. And then I would never do it. And then, so now I've taken the step. I filmed like I edited a rough vlog, and it's the first cut of it, and my boyfriend, Kai, he saw it and he's like, okay, babe, I have a few notes. I'm like, okay, great. So once I go back in again and make all the edits and add music and stuff, I will be ready to upload. But I want to say it out loud. That way I make a commitment to y'all.
Accountability.
Yes, I need that accountability because I have been wanting to do it. And every single time I bring it up to a friend, a family member, they're like, yeah, just do it. Like, literally, even my therapist, she's like, I think that's the next step. You definitely need to do that. I'm like, period. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I'm excited about it.
She needs accountability.
Yeah.
Because it's been years and you have not dropped
an
episode.
No, I know, believe me. And I'll look at, which I don't know, like with movies, they'll film something and then it comes out a few years after. Obviously,
that's
how movies work. But then my stuff is it dated because it's no longer current, but also it's still like interesting.
That's how I feel about the podcast sometimes because yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to use, like, I have a lot of old videos that I can splice together, like little fun weekend moments, and maybe they'll be nice, just memories for myself. And if people want to enjoy that, that's great. But
I don't think that you should get hung up on, this is
the specifics.
Weeks old now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think just like posting is the main priority. Even if the video, Kai was encouraging me. He was like, baby, they don't have to be like long vlogs either. They can just be like a 5-minute video of like a one weekend. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense to me. But I personally like long vlogs.
Really? I like 10-minute vlogs.
Really? See, Kai and I were talking about this. He's like, what kind of vlogs do you like? I'm like, I like 45-minute vlogs. Because as I'm getting ready, I feel like I'm connecting with the person I'm watching. If it's 10 minutes, now I got to find another video.
I like 45-minute to an hour, 30-minute podcast episodes, but I like 10-minute vlogs. Yeah, because I like little bite-sized nuggets.
Okay. That's good to keep in mind then. Then yeah, maybe I will consider that. Yeah. Right now my first vlog is 20, so we'll see how that does.
I think that's good too.
Yeah, I think just experimenting what works. Because then the gal I watch online, she's been online since she was like in high school, and now she's like my age. And so she has that like rapport with her audience. to maybe where people are just so invested that her 45 minutes, like people are in the comments like, we need an hour vlog, like do not stop. And I'm like, I agree with them. Like I need more time.
That's true.
So yeah, maybe it's just different for different audiences. So yeah.
Yeah. And the more experience you have.
That's true.
Because, I mean, not to say, I don't read too much into this, but like if you're brand new at something and your skill level is lower, then I don't want an hour and 30 minutes of like a literal movie's worth of like something that's like, oh, okay, like
that's true.
You need to fine tune this, but once it's fine tuned, like yes, then give me a production.
Amen. No, that makes sense to me. And she'll even say like, man, I have 10 hours of footage to work through and cut it down to 45 minutes. Whereas me, I maybe have like 30 minutes of footage and I'm splicing out. Actually, that's not true. I was at the gym and I recorded like my whole 30-minute gym session. And then I was getting ready and that clip was like 45 minutes. So I have a good bulks of, or I was cooking for an hour. So yeah, that's a lot of footage. So the fact that I cut it down to 21 is actually a miracle.
Well, that's exciting.
I know, it's so fun.
I love it.
Wait.
I'm so glad it's actually happening.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be out like as this podcast is out. Hopefully.
I'm excited to watch your stuff and you're going to be like, because I know you like from what we see of each other, but this is going to be like
YouTuber me.
Yeah, like this is going to be you like behind closed doors and like just all throughout your day, like where I'm not there. You're going to be like, oh, I just filmed. Oh, Lori's so annoying and picky of the freaking setup.
I'm dead. I'm screaming. That's funny. I thought you meant just like my thoughts like throughout the day.
Well, yeah, all of it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Because I experience you just what I see of you or hear from you, but this is going to be like a whole other side that I never would have got to see because I'm not like literally like attached to you.
That's true.
Does that even make sense? I don't know.
Yes.
It's just more of an intimate look into your life.
That's true. And then one encouragement you did offer me when I was like, I want to start a YouTube channel. And I remember I sent you like this one girl I watch. I'm like, see, like even when she's like cooking, it's interesting. Or even when she's like cleaning her room, it's interesting. And you literally looked at me and you're like, you literally do that and you are interesting. Like
it is.
It's not that hard. I'm like, oh, you're so right. There's like beauty in the mundane. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like connecting with people that do like
100%.
stuff you do. Yeah.
100%. I think it's way more fun to see how people do the mundane versus like, come with me going to Cabo. Like,
yeah, like
I'm not going to Cabo anytime soon.
Not even a little bit.
I don't care. Like,
well, hopefully, actually. Honeymoon.
Cabo though.
That'd be nice.
But it has to be a place that like resonates with you, or maybe not. But
I know what you're saying.
I don't really know, but like the mundane always resonates.
Amen. No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna launch my YouTube this year, 2024.
So exciting.
Yeah. All right. What about you, my girl?
More life updates? Or another? Oh, I guess.
That was enchantment.
Okay. My enchantment was a life update. But anyway, so we're going to Europe. Another Europe trip.
Talk about being relatable.
Hey, I'm not vlogging.
I'm screaming. You should. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, we actually want to do I want to do a little vlog for fostering and like raise awareness of that. I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Okay, so we are flying into Vienna, Austria, and then we're gonna go from there. So spend 4.5 days there, and then we'll fly to Croatia and kind of do some island hopping.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh!
Aren't you going to Amsterdam or
no? So we were originally planning on going to Amsterdam. So we were gonna do like whenever how we do it, because we're young and we don't have a lot of experience traveling, we want to experience it all. Like we want like a sample board of the countries, so that like later on in our later years we could be like, okay, we've seen all these countries, our favorite is this, or our favorites are these countries, and then we'll go and spend the entirety of the month or weeks there.
That's awesome.
But for now, yeah, we're just gonna do like country hop. So we were going to do France, then Belgium, then Netherlands, Amsterdam, Netherlands. And that ended up not happening because it's so expensive.
Girl, I don't blame you.
I was like, no.
You're like, wow, the math is mathing.
Yeah.
We currently cannot afford that. We're going to subtract. So no, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it still would have been like incredible and like honestly, it's probably not that much more expensive, but I feel like going to Croatia is like we can get a lot more bang for our buck.
Awesome.
And like basically travel that whole country as opposed to just like one city in the country.
I mean, this might be embarrassing for myself, so we might need to cut this out. But if you point to a map and tell me, Kaylin, where's Croatia? I have no idea.
Maybe this will help. It's the country that's shaped like a C. C for Croatia.
Oh, but where is it? In Europe. I have no idea.
You're also probably not going to know where this is. It's like it borders Montenegro and frick, I can't remember those other two. It's like it's like this country with two names. I don't remember.
Okay.
But it's right there by like.
Are we by Italy
Austria?
At all?
Yes, it's across. Like there's like a sea in between Italy and Croatia. So it looks a lot like Italy, actually.
Okay, she's almost there.
Yeah.
I would have looked for Italy first, and then maybe looked at the surrounding.
Yeah, you
areas.
just skip the water in between. Like the water just it keeps them apart, if that makes sense.
Is
like the peninsulas.
Is that the Mediterranean Sea?
Oh gosh, I really hope I'm not wrong. Yes, maybe it might be the Aegean Sea.
Ooh, never heard of her.
Or a different sea. I don't know.
I listen. Geography is just not my strong suit, which is embarrassing. But
yeah, whenever we were in Greece, that was the Aegean Sea. At least where like we were in like Santorini, Athens. But I don't know, like it's the ocean. It's all the freaking ocean, like,
right?
Which is that Atlantic?
Girl, do not at me. I sincerely do not know.
Yeah,
but when it comes to traveling, especially that side of the world, I feel like I've been to South America. Mm-hmm. I've been to Canada as a baby.
Mexico.
Mexico, like Caribbean. Like I have our region of the world on lock, I feel like. But then the other side, bro, I have no idea. So I'm excited for when I get to travel. I was going to travel last year, but life had other plans.
Yeah, you had a couple times where you were supposed to go with Cardinals to Italy, right?
That is true,
and it just keeps not happening.
Yeah, it's just not yet.
Yeah.
Timing's everything.
Yeah, you have to believe in the timing.
Amen.
Whenever it happens, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then we're going to finish our trip in Germany, which
fun.
Oddly enough, I'm the most excited for Germany.
No, I would be too.
I don't know why. Germany was honestly never really on my radar. But
Are you
now
like
it
a
is.
history buff?
I do love history.
Me too. That's the only reason why I would go. Like Auschwitz and like that stuff. Yeah.
I think Auschwitz is in Poland. I think.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
I
hope I'm not embarrassing myself.
I think it's Germany. I for some reason connect it with Germany, but maybe I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Knowing me, yes. There's someone out there screaming.
I don't know how to spell Auschwitz.
You dumb. I'm dead. Me either. Y'all don't at us.
Trying to fact check, and I'm like, I can't spell.
Help me. That's what I'm like. I hate when I'm in the office. I do this constantly. I'm like, how do you spell blah blah blah? And then it says it out loud. Like, definitely. DEM. Like, embarrassing words, Lori. It's so embarrassing. And I have the Lord tell me the volume. I'm like, oh, shoot.
You're like, I did not say definitely Siri. Embarrassing that you can't hear.
Silly Siri. Oh, my gosh. And it's like, what? I didn't get that.
That is too.
I do that constantly. Oh, man. What else, girly?
Man, all right, we tried to record other episodes before this.
We sure did.
And
talk about timing.
Yeah. And so those are poo-poo. Like we'll at some point we'll make little clips and just spread it up. I don't know if this is going to be captured in there. We previously talked about this. So I have taken this leap to be more feminine and like quit my job because there are things that I feel like I need to do that I've never been able to do, and that is vaguely just lean into the femininity because I feel like I've always been masculine. And we talked about how I want to believe that if I do that and I make that leap, then it will help Brandon be more in his masculine, because if he's going to take on the full financial burden, then it's less stress for me and on us, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm counting my chicks before they've hatched. So I put in my 2 weeks, and then 2 days later, the person that's above Brandon, like the position that's above Brandon, there's like a few of them. One of them put in their 2 weeks, and now Brandon is in the lineup for being promoted to that within 2 days of me putting in my 2 weeks. Yeah. So, and like, again, that's not a done deal, but it's a potential. And it's like, we're just like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that is.
But do you
That
remember
is
we
the
had that
Lord,
conversation how I was like, all right, if we like take the sleep and I go out blindly because I feel like I'm led in this direction, then we have to have faith that it's going to work out.
Amen. Yeah.
And it's seeming like that's happening, girl.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, again, yes and amen. The door's there. Like, I'm excited. Well, I mean, obviously when this comes out, we'll know for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's going to be so great. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with celebrating even the possibility. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that is an amazing opportunity to even be considered for a promotion for a role like that. Like, that's awesome.
That's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Brandon and for you. Like, that's a huge step for both of you.
Yeah,
and that makes sense.
He's walking on clouds the last few days.
Yeah.
Like, and I love it. I love seeing him so happy because I was gonna say men in general, but like Brandon, he just gets so like pumped up at the possibility of promotion and like just that masculine energy. And he's been in that the past week since this has been the news on the horizon. But
That's
I don't know. I
awesome.
hope that works out for him. I
Yeah.
hope that works out for us.
I have a really good feeling. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And literally, when it's right, God provides these opportunities for that. Like, I just think of, again, the example of my sister. Like, oh, we made this decision. Her boss randomly came up to her.
Yeah.
And then Riley randomly got accepted. It's like, no, when it's right and the doors will open and the Lord will make a way. He'll clear the path, and where you literally won't have to do anything. You just sit back and say yes and just walk through that. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's happening for you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you thought about this, but just now, like, if that's happening, like Brandon, the potential of him getting promoted, girl, that child's coming.
Wait, the foster child?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exciting, but also like,
Yeah,
bro,
so
you can have a child and like
exactly.
by the time this comes out.
Dude, exactly. Like all these little things have just been happening, these little connections where I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's kind of like another, I can't think of the word, like it's solidifying
Yep.
that I'm going in this direction. Like, what
It
can you help
is.
me with the word? Like, it's helping me to affirm or like validate that we're on the right path.
Yep,
Because
that's all correct.
yeah, like I'm like, all right, so there is someone out there. There's a child or children, or like this is just the purpose to help many children.
Yep.
And like, because if it wasn't right, then things wouldn't be lining up.
It would be rocky. It would be hard. Which,
Exactly.
but then again, like ease, it doesn't always signal right either.
Yeah.
So you have to, I guess, discern. Usually light is right.
Mhm.
Usually that's how it's supposed to be. Like, not really, not this like struggle all the time. But also hard work is a thing. And you and Brandon both have worked so hard. So I feel like this is just like the natural next step.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. It is cool to get like those checkpoint cues of like, oh, wait a minute, this is happening and I do want this. And like all signs are pointing the same thing. It is nice being in that pocket.
Yeah. It's interesting. You got me on a tangent of thinking about like working towards something, because yes, that's definitely a part of success and
Yes.
like achieving your goals. However, I feel like sometimes this is so nuanced, but like with things being hard in the beginning, that might just be like those beginning stages.
Yes.
Whereas
something new.
Yeah, because I've always had this like desire to foster and like do something in that realm of like just something more than just like
I was gonna
money
say,
or like
yeah, just something bigger than yourself that doesn't necessarily mean like financial success.
Yeah.
It's like
it's for
internal
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. So that desire came years ago. However, years ago, holy cow, I was not ready at all. I had so much healing to do. I had so much of myself that I needed to understand better, and like cycles that I needed to break for myself and for others. And also like, heck, I just wasn't with the right person or persons. And now,
and you didn't have me in your life. So. I'm just kidding.
Okay, but honestly,
but
like
for real,
no,
I
yes,
agree.
support system is actually a
Yeah.
huge thing, and you'll be surprised to know, like in our interviews with the agency, you have come up several times.
Wait, for real?
Yes, because they want to know about your support system. Like it is
interesting.
huge. It's huge. Like it's not enough to just, I mean, maybe
Did they talk about my review? Not review.
No,
but,
they
like,
didn't.
Application.
No,
oh,
they
really?
didn't. No.
I think
they won't bring it up. What?
Oh, they won't. I thought that they would call me.
Kaylin was a reference.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the word. I'm like, my review. My review of you guys as a couple. I thought they would call me, but they haven't yet, or I don't know if they're going to. Oh, sorry. But
I'm so interested to know what they said. It sounds like a guitar.
I know it does. Yeah, I'm interested too. But that's true. Yeah, they need to know who's pouring into you guys, surrounding you guys.
Yes, it's so important. Like even the state recognizes that it's important to have people in your corner and like a support system who is saying yes and amen to this decision, because like anyone that supports us is going to be a support to the children and all that. That's true.
Dude, can we do in the future like a foster parent like Q&A?
Oh, heck yeah.
Like I want to know, like, not silly stuff, but just stuff like
things that you wouldn't even think about.
Or like, I don't know, as you guys were talking about vacations, I'm like, are you allowed to take said child on vacation?
Yeah, so you are, and you're actually encouraged to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be fun. Or if listeners have like
questions,
or now viewers, you guys, this is tripping me out with still being on camera. It's crazy.
I know.
So fun. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, like when you guys are fully submersed into it, or maybe just like, I keep doing that, I'm so sorry, but things like you guys learn along the way, I think that'd be really fun to know.
That's why I want to do the vlog too, like just to raise awareness, because there is such a need for fostering, and 100%. Let's be honest, it's only going to become more so in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so fun.
Anything else with you?
I mean, wait, no, I had my 3 updates.
Okay.
And then in a later episode, we'll talk about grieving singleness. I'm excited for that. Not. I am excited for that.
It'll be relatable.
Hey, yeah, finally. I'm like, oh, this is what you mean.
I'm like, okay, this is not someone I can talk to about this.
No, literally. Okay, I have fun questions to kind of wrap us up.
Bring it on.
Let me see. I kind of want to okay, this is a random one, and this kind of relates to like your traveling. Are you a carry-on girly or a checked bag girly?
For the same size suitcase, like a carry-on,
just like in general. Like, wait, do you fly Southwest?
Yeah.
Okay, Southwest allows you to check 2 bags for free. So because of that, I am a checked bag girly, and it's very hard for me to carry on. However, if it's just a little weekend trip, like when I go to Chicago to see my sister, I'm only there for like 2 to 3 days, then I'll carry on. And it's also, for me, I like the convenience of just like, I have my stuff, I'm leaving, it is what it is. But then I don't know, maybe I'm a lazy girl too, because I hate like lugging my stuff around everywhere. So I like kind of being like hands-free and like maybe a little book bag or whatever.
Yeah.
A book bag? Backpack? I feel like my mom, get your book bag.
Well, in elementary school, I always had a book bag. I didn't have a backpack. Are you kidding me?
I'm
the
screaming.
Cool people had
thing,
book
right?
bags. No, like the side, like that has a
satchel.
Strap. Who calls it a satchel?
I feel like satchels are a thing.
I don't know, girl. All I know is that in elementary school, like it wasn't like the thing to have the JanSport backpack. It was, you were cool if you had like a book bag like that with a strap, and then it just hangs on one shoulder or crossbody. Oh, like a crossbody book bag.
Okay, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I did have one of those. But then I remember being like, oh no, this life ain't for me. Like the crossbody situation, I needed a backpack.
No, all the cool girls had the crossbody backpack.
Also, JanSport backpacks are so expensive.
Are they?
Yes, I wanted like a regular gym backpack to just throw my stuff in. And I was like, oh, I'll just get a JanSport one. So expensive. I feel like that's like name brand now. Maybe, I don't know what store I was looking at, but I'm pretty sure that's like name brand.
Like Tilly's, probably, I think.
Isn't that so crazy?
Actually, yeah, you're right. Man, it's been a long time since I thought about
Right?
these
I
things that are
know.
important to you in high school. But I do remember, like I said, you were more cool if you had like a crossbody. At least my side of the valley, like if you had a crossbody book bag.
Like different cultures. Besides
No,
the
but
valley.
it's true.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
And then in high school, for me, like you didn't want any of that. You just wanted to carry your books in your
there was an
binder.
era of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then shortly after I graduated high school, I noticed that all these kids were like, they had the JanSport backpacks. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Like that's back in fashion, because I didn't want to be carrying a backpack.
Yeah. I just remember senior year, I had like a kind of showing up to work almost. That's what the girls did. Like they had their purse, like a bigger tote bag to put their items in. And then so they'll have their tote and then like carrying a book or two. Or
yeah, exactly.
And that was the vibe for like senior year.
Yeah.
Like junior, senior year.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But now I'm like, just give me a backpack when I'm traveling. I don't care.
Yeah. Any type of totes or like shopper bags or like crossbody book bags, you were in the clear. But just anything but a backpack, basically.
I know. Are backpacks going to make a comeback? Like
They have.
They have?
That's what I was saying. Like they definitely have. And I was surprised because it was just like, I graduated high school and all the way up until that point, that was the way to go. And then shortly after, backpacks were a thing. I don't know about currently, because I do not have any high schoolers in my life besides my niece, and I don't see her because she's 3 hours away.
Yeah.
But
interesting. So are you a carry-on girl?
I forgot that was the question. I don't know if this is the answer that you're looking for, but for me, like if I'm going to Texas to visit you or to wherever, just a carry-on. But like in Europe, and like, no, I need both.
What? Okay, that's backwards, Lori.
What do you mean?
When you backpack through Europe, you're supposed to pack
We're not backpacking
through. Yeah, but is it true? Like, maybe it depends on where you go. Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Oh, we both sniffled at the same time. Oh my gosh, besties. But when you're in Europe, are there like cobblestone roads for real?
Yeah.
And you are confident in rolling on cobblestone? Are there like rolling hills? Like,
yes.
You know, in Greece. Yeah, in Greece,
Absolutely.
You're looking up and she has to ride the camel. You can't put a big
camel, please.
A big
what are we
check
in Egypt?
bag. Oh, not camel, donkey. Sorry, wrong animal. When you're on your donkey and you can't put a check bag on him. Poor guy.
Okay, the most miserable part, I will say the most miserable part about traveling to Europe is that in between time whenever you're going from Airbnb and you have to take your bags and your luggage and stuff to the next, because yes, like you have to wheel that. But again, like we are staying in Airbnbs for multiple days at a time. So
yeah, I guess it's just whatever you want to do. I don't know. I heard like pack minimally. Like when I was going to go, I had my ticket booked to go to Europe, but then life came up, whatever. And they kept saying like, listen, Kaylin, because I know I am. Like, I am a checked bag. At the time, I was checked bag queen, but now I'm trying to change my ways. But they're like, you need to carry on a bag. Like, if you can't do the backpack thing, then you need to have a small carry-on.
Yeah.
To actually
I can
carry your
absolutely
stuff.
see that.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
If you can pack minimally, then again, like for me, I was like the only
all my outfits.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to look grunge in Europe. Like that's one reason. I don't want to look grunge. Like I want to take cute pictures, and I wish I had taken more pictures whenever we were in Greece and Turkey. But also, I was going to Turkey for a surgery.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I wasn't going to be packing minimally. I needed all my things.
I know. I wonder, like people that are good with like what's it called? Time capsule wardrobes? Not time capsule.
I don't know what that means.
A capsule wardrobe?
I don't know what that means.
It's like where you have like 3 shirts, 3 pants, like almost 3 of everything, 3 jackets, just 3 of everything. And then those 3 things, 3 skirts, 3 dresses, and then you can just swap and mix and match. And that creates like 50 outfits. So they recommend that for going to Europe. Like packing minimal basic items.
Yeah.
That way you're like, oh, I have these pants that I can wear with 3 tops. And then all of a sudden you have like 6 outfits.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So stuff like that. So I think that's how you should
nice
like,
tips and tricks like if you need it. But honestly, I'm fine. Just I don't care.
You're like, I'm bringing my check bag. I don't care if a camel's carrying a donkey, me, Brandon.
Well, yeah, because we're renting We're getting Airbnbs, and then we're renting a vehicle.
Oh,
like
awesome.
Some kind of vehicle.
Wait, is this part of Europe where you drive on the left side of the road?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Are cars switched too? Yeah, they have to be, right? Like, is the
Dude, I don't know.
I know all these questions.
I remember it tripping me up a little bit when we were in London for layovers, but I think that London is like the only country that does that, right?
Girl, you again.
I'm not,
because
it wasn't that way.
Queen.
It wasn't that way in Greece, and it wasn't that way in Turkey. No,
interesting.
They drove the same.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
That's just questions I had.
Yeah, I think that England just needs to be like different for some reason.
We need to like not have kings and queens, and like get with it. I'm just kidding. I actually love how they have kings and queens and like royal families.
Did you see that Kate Middleton has cancer?
What?
Yeah, I got the notification last night on Apple News. Like they do like a little notification to my phone because Kate Middleton has. I know because she's disappeared. Like just went MIA for the past like few days or weeks or whatever. And there are all these memes popping up about how right now Kate Middleton is in some little quaint village falling in love with a baker's son who has no idea she's a princess. Like,
wait, that's cute.
Yeah,
but that's so sad.
Yeah, and so everyone's been speculating like what's going on with her. But I just got that she has cancer.
Jeez,
that's terrible.
That is so sad.
Mm-hmm. I didn't read it, so I don't know.
I'm dead. She just looks skims the news.
Yeah,
reads the headlines.
Yep, I'm a headline reader.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Well, keep us up with your trip. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
all things fostering. I'll let y'all know when the YouTube video's out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for us to be on YouTube, the Hey Girl Hey podcast.
Yeah. And also right now, Caitlin and I are absolutely counting our chicks before they've hatched because we don't have the vlog. We don't have the foster child. We haven't completely quit our job.
These are just the plans of 24. Yes. This is like we see the tunnel of all these things, and it's just a matter of actually like going down that path. And
I don't want to be held accountable if it doesn't happen.
But that's life.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the verse? Like you make your plans and, the Lord directs your steps.
Yeah.
I bet a year ago fostering wasn't really on your radar. It was just a thought, Yeah. But now you're actually in the program and like making steps.
Yeah.
Did I think I would be here on your couch living in Arizona? That's a hell no.
Yeah.
You
thought you were gone for good.
Yeah, honestly. So yeah, life is funny that way.
I love it.
But yeah. Alrighty, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're on video and more to come.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.